This is July 22nd, Monday, the beginning of the week that we leave for nationals. We'll be leaving on Thursday. For the guys that are competing Friday, this is really the last time they'll do any real heavyweight. Snatches on Wednesday will probably be, reasonably heavy, but the clean and jerks, this will be the last day. Several of the guys are competing Saturday and then several Sunday. Those guys will go ahead and have a harder Wednesday practice. Today was generally supposed to be a day when, the main goal was to not have too many misses. There were some misses, but they were kind of stupid misses. But in general, we tried to keep the weights down a little bit. And keep in mind, two of the guys did not qualify for nationals, so they're having basically a normal training day. A little more volume and heavier than the guys that are competing. It's time to get a little bit excited about going to nationals. I mean, there's always a little bit of pressure and apprehension, every time you see somebody miss a weight they shouldn't or something like that, it's like, oh shit, we're not gonna, we may have a problem at nationals, but I mean, people miss. In general, I'm pretty reasonably happy with how everyone's doing. I mean, I think that our two top guys, James and Travis, are still probably feeling the effects of Pan Ams and the travel and everything, and haven't really been able to have a great training cycle. But I think, a little rest this week, they should bring things together and do well. Probably the person that, I'm most excited about, because it's her first ever nationals actually, is Morgan King. She's not going to be the typical first-year lifter as far as nationals. You expect somebody at their first nationals to maybe be in the B session or, going without a big expectation, as far as medaling or winning. But I think Morgan, if she lifts well, she's got a shot at not only winning, but possibly even making the world team. She's going to compete as a 48-kilo lifter, and we'll see. Having not had her in the training room very long, not coached her for very long, I don't really know quite what to expect, because I don't know, how she's going to react to being on stage and the pressure. And this is probably the first meet she's been in where there's actual, pressure and expectations, just because she's so new to the sport. But we'll see how she does. I'm excited to see it. And Mike Zella is going to be involved in a real knockdown, drag-out fight. I think there's 3 other lifters in his weight that I don't know who's going to win. I really don't. I guess it just depends on who makes their lifts. I think whoever wins will be somebody that probably has to, has a 6-for-6 day, while everyone else goes 4-for-6 or something like that. It's going to come down to who makes their lifts. Tom's looking very strong. He was pretty beat up a week ago, so he's laid off, the volume and everything, probably more than the other lifters. But he's starting to look really good and feel better. Trevor right now is a mystery to me. He's snatched 150, but he also has days where he can't make 130. He's a typical fairly new lifter, and another one that I have no idea how he'll react to the pressure of a big meet. He's never been in one that I don't think he's ever been in a big meet. So we'll see how he does. Morgan just recently PR'd her clean with 95. So it's a on the one hand, you can't really predict based on the last 2 weeks of training how somebody's going to do. Someone can train terrible for 10 or 15 days before the meet and then show up at the meet and have a great day, or vice versa. Here's Travis's 180 from Travis. It's probably the last really heavy clean and jerk that he'll do before the competition. Another one, a guy, well, here you have Tim Rawlings. He has had an unbelievable 2 weeks of training. He's PR'd his snatch significantly, clean and jerk significantly, cleaned 185, which is a huge PR for him. So, but, it doesn't always mean anything when you get to the meet. But in fact, it's kind of almost a scary situation because, just in the last few weeks, he's moved his snatch from 127 up to 140. So if you want to have any shot whatsoever at hitting that maximum number in the competition, you got to open, above what his max was, a month ago. And that's kind of, scary because obviously it's just gone up so much recently that he hasn't done those weights very many times. So we do a lot of thought and everything when it comes to picking openers. But I don't know, everybody's doing pretty good. As with any big meet, I personally always get that butterflies in my stomach. There's always seems to be a time, a couple of weeks out, where I get overly concerned because someone's legs are tired, or someone starts putting snatches forward. But it inevitably sorts itself out. So trying to think all good thoughts and get ready to leave in a few days.